There were 35 casualties in the tragic incident, of which 13 are our employees of Resorts World Manila, and 22 were our valued guests. The identities of 2 employees and 4 guests are still being validated as of this time. We are doing our very best to inform the families of the victims. We're extending all forms of assistance to the affected and next of kin. We are one in mourning with the families of those affected by this tragedy. This is also very, very difficult. A very difficult time for all of us here in Resorts World Manila. We consider our guests, our patrons, and our employees as our true family. My colleague, Ms. Georgina Alvarez, will read you a list of names of those casualties, both staff and guests who were affected by the events of this morning. Georgina.
The following are the guests: Kakam Catherine Cervantes, Piling Hang Lee, Pasita Guillermo Comquilla, Pomenciano Vargas Jr., Susan Abulencia, Lai Wei Chung, Jaime Gaboy Jr., Ariel Abrogar, Lai Yu Chi, Cliff Reynera, Rolando Peña Sison, Eluferio Reyes, Antonina Yuzon Alanigue, Sheila Malikse, Carmelita Tailo de la Cruz, Miel Oliveros, Pamela Silvestre, Elizabeth Gonzalez, and there are 4 still unidentified guests. For our employees, Hazel Yanko, Jella Ramos, Melvin Herrera, RV Gavino, BJ Pagsibigan, Rogie S. Uy, Jessica Alindogan, Meryl Gwen Ala, Leah Grace Mozo, Lodette Santos, Kay Noguera, and there are still 2 that are being identified. Steve will continue with the statement.
I would just like to add, testimonies of responding members of the Resorts World Manila's security team confirm that we were able to shoot and wound the gunman that attacked Resorts World Manila in the early hours of June 2nd, 2017. Severe loss of blood from the gunshot wound significantly slowed down the assailant and resulted to his holding up in a room where he took his own life. We would like to extend our gratitude to our security team, particularly Mr. Bernard Cahias, Mr. June Kinol, who also sustained a gunshot wound. We also commend the Philippine National Police and the Bureau of Fire Protection for their courage and effort to contain the incident. Finally, we would like to take this opportunity to refute claims circulating online and there were two assailants involved in this incident. We reiterate that there was only one gunman involved in this senseless attack. On behalf of the victims, the families, and loved ones, we request everyone to refrain from spreading hurtful speculation and false information. Thank you.
Sir, let me just clarify. He was shot first before he shot himself and set himself on fire?
Correct.
He was shot by the security of the Resorts World Manila, not the policeman?
He was shot by Resorts World Manila Security Department.
Were you aware, sir, is there an information that gunman was a previous guest here? Because there are reports that he
He's a high roller.
he lost his life.
That is just sheer speculation.
What is the motive? What have you established?
We are still investigating and trying to ascertain why somebody would be so senseless and have such a motive. That is still to be determined. Sorry?
How was he able to bring in
He approached our security point
where is that, sir?
at the mall in Newport, which leads to the casino, with his firearm forward. He unloaded a number of shots. He was in military attire. The security guard who was at the door for X-ray screening tried to slow the assailant down, but was unfortunate could not do so.
So if that's the case, there's no proof of 113 million.
No, there is an investigation into an attempted robbery.
So there was an attempt, not successful.
Not successful.
So those chips were not really found in his bag because according to some reports, those chips, 113 million worth of chips were found in his bag.
All of the gaming chips are in our possession.
Not in his bag. There are reports that he left his bag inside the CR. Can you confirm this?
I can't confirm he left his bag in the CR.
Sir, is it true that a security guard accidentally shot himself?
No security guard accidentally shot themselves. No.
So as far as the Resort World is concerned, this is not a terror attack. This is
Which floor did the man the attacker? Which floor did he enter?
Second floor of the mall.
Second floor of the mall, coming from the parking.
Correct.
so this is your robbery.
Coming from the parking deck.
Was security at that entrance? He opened fire at them.
He fired shots into the air.
Fired shots into the air, and that was enough to intimidate the security officers
And patrons in that area,
and
yes.
patrons in the
So
area.
not
They were
even
not
to
armed.
the security guard.
No.
So they were not armed.
No. There was no shot directly at the security guard.
Sir, and then the security outside, they were not able to prevent him from entering the parking wing, sir. They were not able to prevent him from entering the parking wing. They were not able to detect fire.
The police is saying the police is saying there's another person of interest that they're looking into.
So
and
sorry,
still
I
I'm so sorry
don't know
we have
about
to
that.
stop because we need to work. We need to work. Oh, yeah.
A very emotional Stephen Riley, the Chief Operating Officer of Resorts World Manila there, addressing the media, confirming 35 casualties, 13 of them employees and 22, he said, valued guests. He said they still have yet to identify 2 employees and 4 guests, but his colleague did read out the names of the casualties, at least those that they were able to identify. And while they were doing this, Mr. Riley's colleague did become very emotional. Also, Stephen Riley there saying that Resorts World Manila security personnel were able to shoot and wound the gunman, who then holed up in a room and took his own life. There were reports, even the police confirmed this, that the gunman burned himself or set himself afire. Riley saying, confirming that at least one of the Resorts World Manila security personnel who engaged the gunman in an exchange of gunfire was injured. Riley, the Resorts World Manila, saying they commend the PNP and the BFP for the courage and the effort to contain this incident. They're also refuting claims that there were two assailants. We're also getting word from JC Gotinga that the Southern Police District Director General Tomas Apolinario is about to speak. There is an update from their end. We hear that they have someone in custody. Let's listen in.
But unless we have some concrete evidence, he will remain as person of interest and not as a suspect.
Person of interest, he's already killed.
Yeah, through the other information like the ORCR of suspected vehicles, we can know the address. So syempre pag may address yan, yung mga kasama niya sa bahay becomes a person of interest.
Yeah, but the suspect himself, have you identified him?
Well, meron kaming suspecha, but still the investigation is still ongoing. We have to have concrete evidence kung
Sir,
the
frequent
identity.
guest daw po ito ng casino? Frequent guest ba ito ng casino?
Well, I heard from the officials that this is the first time they saw the gunman, the suspect. So hindi siya frequent. Of okay, yeah. First of all, di ba, ang activity ng terrorist is either bombing or yung active shooter. So this person just enters the building and shoots in the air, hindi yung sa tao. Di ba? So there's only one incident na nagpuputok siya because there was a firefight between the security guards of the casino and the suspect. So doon nakuha sa CCTV, tinamaan siya and tinamaan din niya yung security guard.
Saan tinamaan?
Tinamaan siya sa bandang hita yata. And may mga statements yung ibang mga witnesses na yung nakita mismo yung suspect na they were not hurt by the suspect, pinaalis lang sila.
So what is the motive?
And yun nga, we were able to get the backpack of the suspect, and it contained a lot of casino chips amounting to, yun nga, sinabi kanina ni Chief PNP, 130 million 113 million.
So the motive is, what is the motive?
So we can see that malaking motive dito is the robbery of and if you think who would rob a casino na kukuha ka ng chips which can easily be demonetized. You cannot have it changed in the cashier pag na-report na nawala.
Sir, nakapasok siya all through the way hanggang doon sa storage na chips without being, walang unhampered.
No. What happened was pag papasok pa lang siya from the car park, hindi niya na ipinuslit sa loob. Kumbaga talagang nakalabas na yung baril niya. So yung guards na overpower na. Well, yung ano naman, yung mga chips naman na yan, makikita mo lang yung nagpapalit ka, di ba? You can just enter a room and pwede mo na makuha yan. Lalo na kung nagkagulo na. Well, I'm not sure how they did that.
Bago makapasok sa car park, matindi rin ang inspection bago makapasok, ba't hindi nakita yung firearm na yun?
I have yet to know.
I have yet.
Okay. Yeah, yung sa mga evidences ngayon, yung motive is yun nga, it's a robbery. It's not terrorism. And yun, kung buhay man siya, we can tignan natin kung normal yung pag-iisip niya. Kasi, what's his name? We still don't have the name.
Why don't you have the name yet, sir? Why don't you have the name? You already have the ORCR.
Yes, but that doesn't mean that the person, the suspect, is the one in the ORCR. And we're not even sure yet if the car really belongs to the suspect. Diba? That's part of our investigation.
No, but we went to the house.
Yeah, we went to the house of the person of interest. Yeah. Well, in fact, sumama nga sa amin dito. Nandito yung person of interest.
So ano sinabi? Siya ba yun?
Well, inamin niya na nandito siya, pero sabi niya, hindi niya kilala yung namatay. Di ba? So, titignan mo yung semblance, may pagka-semblance nga dun sa namatay siya. No?
So, ilan na po yung total number talaga ng namatay?
Well, sa ngayon, we have 35. 36, including the gunman.
Where are the bodies, sir?
The bodies, nasa punerarya.
Dalawa lang kasi yung sa Veronica, sir.
Yeah, I think the families took care of their yung
Kinuha ng bawat pamilya yung bodies. It wouldn't be subjected to an autopsy or something. Kasi this is a crime.
Yeah. Hindi I'll find that out. Alam ko kaya nilagay dun sa isang punerarya kasi that's the only place na authorize yung autopsy.
Wala na pong katawan dyan?
Sa ngayon, I think wala na. But malaki yung lugar, di ba? So, tinitingnan nila. They're making sure na talagang wala na kasi.
Ano pong gagawin natin, sir, dun sa person of interest? I-custody niyo po ba for their questioning?
Well, nandiyan muna siya. Titingnan muna natin. He's under investigation. Titingnan namin kung talagang ano siya.
So, sir, doon sa ORCR, din na po yung person of interest is the end of the line sa atin. Kasi sinasabi nyo, nakuha yung ORCR doon sa kotse. So, end of the line doon sa pag-identify doon sa suspect, sa gunman? Is that what you're saying?
No. May mga actions pa naman kami kasi nandiyan pa yung car park eh. We are investigating yung mga naka-park diyan, di ba?
So, ano nabubuo natin so far dun sa profile ng gunman, dun sa suspect? Ano yung affiliation niya? Yun sir, yung gusto sana po namin ma-establish.
Yeah. Well,
kasi parang ang sinasabi natin all along, he's just a crazy person na most of the people are not convinced. So how can you convince us that he's just a crazy person?
Hindi. Iniimbestigahan pa namin. In fact, mag-meet yung mga intelligence community to see if talagang may holdings or what. But, yun nga, based sa actions niya, makikita natin initially na hindi terrorism related.
Sir, you mentioned Intel. Saratan ko siya ng Intel.
Well, what's that again?
Kasama ba siya sa Intel? Kumbaga sa Intel natin? Isa ba siya sa mga tao?
So, inaalam pa namin.
Why is this being claimed by ISIS?
Well, kiniklaim naman yata nila according to our, di ba? Well, it's their right. Kung gusto nila.
Hindi siya, kumbaga, prelude to whatever other terror attacks or hindi siya yung padala ng grupo. The fact that they are saying that they are claiming this particular incident.
No, we don't believe that. So, no.
Sir, the incident happened 1 a.m. Almost 12 hours more na. So, ang meron pa lang tayo, sinunog niya yung sarili niya, then clueless tayo sa identity niya. So, sir, ano po yung mga nag-gather natin so far? Taga saan siya? Yung possible po, taga saan siya?
Hindi, first is we try to identify pa kung sino talaga yung identity niya kasi mahirap din kasi nasunog.
May suspect na kayo?
Then, sorry?
Sir, may name na po ba kayo? Meron na kayong leads?
Meron kaming mga yung person of interest, pero
What sources of interest are you talking about, sir?
Isa pa lang. Isa.
Paano mo dahil natalo sa sugal? Na-establish na ba natin yun? Kailan siya natalo? Kailan siya nagsugal?
No, inaalam pa.
Person of interest.
No, hindi pa rin alam.
So yung person of interest was
Does
inside
he
the
have a
casino?
grudge to hold against the Resorts World, the casino?
Well, pinag-aaralan, tinitignan din ang records ng casino kung frequent player siya. Pero initially, I heard na hindi siya kilala dyan.
Sir, paano naging person of interest?
Okay?
Ano na?
Agad, ba't robbery agad? Meron
Wala
pa
pa kayong pangalan ng
tinitingnan.
tao, but yet meron na tayo nakikita.
Yeah, hindi. Wala nga kami tinitignan na angulo. Kasi nga, doon sa ginawa niya, it's makikita mo kagad na robbery. Yung knapsack niya, di ba? Hindi naman siya Sorry,
sir, you're ruling out terrorism?
Well, sa ngayon, dun sa mga evidences, it doesn't point to terrorism.
Yeah, no, sir, I'm just
Well, siyempre, we also have to study kung meron nga. Pero sa ngayon, it's not, the evidence points is not terrorism.
So paano nasabing robbery, sir, when you don't even have the person's identity?
Well, he tried to rob the casino. Diba? So, knapsack niya, 1.13
So yung person of interest, paano siya naging person
million.
of interest? How did you make that person of interest yung
Tinignan namin yung CCTVs, of course. Kailangan pag-aralan namin yan.
So he was inside the casino when the attack happened?
No. What I meant was, tinignan namin yung identity niya. Then, meron kaming suspetsa kung sino siya. Then, of course, yung tinignan namin yung bahay niya, tinignan namin siya. Kung sino yung kasama niya sa bahay, of course, person of interest.
How is he connected to the gunman, sir? Paano siya naging...
But I'm not, we are not yet sure, kaya nga, he remains to be person of interest, not suspect. Hindi pa natin alam kung siya nga yung tinignan namin o hindi.
So with police may person
Okay?
of interest?
Okay na.
Sandali lang, sir.
Tama na.
Paano na-suffocate yung mga
Hindi lang kasi tumutugma kasi sinasabi niyo na nakuha niyo yung address niya pero yung taong kasama niya ngayon sinasabi na hindi niya kilala itong suspect na ito. How come that?
Well, hindi niya,
Kasama sila sa bahay?
hindi niya kasama sa bahay yon. Ang sinasabi niya, hindi niya kilala yung napatay.
So iba yung bahay na napuntahan niyo?
Mukhang kasi may hawig lang naman. 'Di ba? Hawig na to. Pero lumabas din siya. He was based sa CCTV, may hawig. So, tinitignan pa rin namin kung well, ayun ang sabi niya.
Person of interest kasama lahat.
So, anyway, hindi ko pwedeng i-ano masyado. Okay, dead bodies. Most of the dead bodies are nasa second floor.
Anong klaseng room?
Iba, merong sa hallway, meron sa comfort room, meron sa corner.
Sir, lahat po suffocation.
And that,
Lahat suffocation, sir, walang gunshot.
yeah, lahat ng namatay ay because of suffocation. Walang burn.
establish yung person of interest?
Suffocation?
Yung person of interest.
Tapos na yan eh. No, we're still trying to know his name. Hindi pa. Wala pa.
Ano yung relation ng persons of interest dun sa suspect? Kasi I mean, you wouldn't look at that guy as person of interest if there's
No,
nothing...
mali pala. Siguro, what I meant was, tinitignan namin identity nung attacker, then tinignan namin yung address niya. Of course, yung mga nando doon ay person of interest.
Okay. Which makes me go back, sir, sa sinasabi niyo na wala pa kayong identity ng attacker.
Okay na.
Meron ba tayo identity or wala?
Tama na sa person of interest.
Kasi may address tayo, sir, pero wala tayong name.
Siyempre may name.
So, can we get the name of the attacker, sir?
No, I'm not. Sorry, I cannot.
So, there's a name, but you're not divulging it.
Yeah. Kasi person of interest pa lang yun eh. Hindi pa naman. And it's part,
not the person of interest.
it's part of the investigation.
We're
I
talking
cannot
about the
disclose it.
attacker,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sir, the suspect na
Tomas Apolinario, District Director of the Southern Police District, abruptly ending that press conference with the media, with reporters just outside the Resort World, Manila, where that incident happened early this morning past midnight. Apolinario saying that, actually he's refusing to comment on the identity of the gunman. Several times the media there pressing Apolinario to say the name or to at least confirm whether they have a name or not of the gunman. Still, the SPD District Director not willing to say, not willing to comment on the identity of the gunman or even nationality. All he was willing to say was that they do have a person of interest and that they are in possession of an OR and CR of a vehicle. That is an official registration and certificate of registration of a vehicle. That OR CR always shows the name of the owner of that particular vehicle, but he's not also willing to say what name appears on those OR and CR. Apolinario also saying, confirming news that we already know, information that we already know, that the backpack of the suspect, of the gunman, contained about 130 million pesos worth of casino chips. He also said, and this is a clarification already, because much earlier, we were reporting that there are 37 killed, 36 hotel guests and employees of Resorts World Manila, and that one gunman. But now General Apolinario saying that there are only 36 casualties of this incident, 35 guests and employees of Resorts World, and that one gunman. Again, they're saying, yes, they do have a person of interest. As a matter of fact, he says that person of interest went with them and spoke to them freely, denying that he knew the gunman. But that was all Apolinario was willing to say, and certainly he's saying they're not going to be divulging the name of this attacker. All we know is reportedly 6 feet tall, Caucasian-looking, maybe fair. We're not sure what nationality. What we have here and what we're showing you right now are 2 photographs of the gunman in the stairwell of the Resorts World Manila. He seems a little bit relaxed at this point. He's wearing a pair of blue jeans. He's wearing a black jacket, a black bonnet. You can see also his Armalite, the baby Armalite that he's cradling in front of his body. He looks a little bit relaxed still here. Also, after these photographs were released by the Southern Police District, they released another photograph of, the remains of this gunman. They had said that after, he had gunshot wounds, as the Chief Operating Officer of Resorts World Manila, Stephen Riley, confirmed, sustained in an exchange of gunfire with Resorts World Manila security, that this gunman reportedly set himself on fire, burned himself, and that is how eventually he died. There was that photograph, like we said, that was also released by the Southern Police District by District Director Tomas Apolinario, who, as we were saying, just confirmed, number one, that there are 35 casualties, hotel employees and guests, and that one gunman, bringing it to a total of 36 casualties of this Resorts World Manila incident, which he says repeatedly was not a terrorist attack, but a robbery. He also says, and again, confirming information that we already know, that they did retrieve the backpack of this gunman, who he will not name, that backpack containing 113 million pesos worth of casino chips. Also saying that they are in possession of an OR and CR, an official registration and certificate of registration of a vehicle of a so-called person of interest. They're not telling us the name of this person of interest, but Apolinario did say that this person of interest denied that he knew the gunman. Again, Apolinario over and over again refusing to comment, refusing to budge every time the media there surrounding him, as you can see, asked him about the identity of this gunman. We're going to pause for a break. We will have more for you a little later on. I'm Pio Ontiveros. Stay with CNN Philippines. Now? Welcome back. This is CNN Philippines Breaking News. The latest on the Resort World Manila incident early this morning. The Chief Operating Officer, Stephen Riley, just a while ago spoke to the media confirming 35 employees and hotel guests died in that incident. Also, a colleague of his read out the names of those casualties. Let's listen in.
It is with deep regrets that we confirm there were 35 casualties in the tragic incident, of which 13 are our employees of Resorts World Manila, and 22 were our valued guests. The identities of 2 employees and 4 guests are still being validated as of this time. We are doing our very best to inform the families of the victims. We're extending all forms of assistance to the affected and next of kin. We are one in mourning with the families of those affected by this tragedy. This is also very, very difficult. A very difficult time for all of us here in Resorts World Manila. We consider our guests, our patrons, and our employees as our true family.
The following are the guests: Kakam Catherine Cervantes, Piling Hang Lee, Pasita Guillermo Comquilla, Pomenciano Vargas Jr., Susan Abulencia, Lai Wei Chong, Jaime Gaboy Jr., Ariel Abrogar, Lai Yuchi, Cliff Reynera, Rolando Peña Sison, Eluferio Reyes, Antonina Yuzon Alanigue, Sheila Malikse, Carmelita Tailo de la Cruz, Miel Oliveros, Pamela Silvestre, Elizabeth Gonzalez, and there are 4 still unidentified guests. For our employees, Hazel Yanko, Jella Ramos, Melvin Herrera, RV Gavino, BJ Pagsibigan, Rogie S. Uy, Jessica Alindogan, Meryl Gwen Ala, Leia Grace Mozo, Lodette Santos, Kay Noguera, and there are still 2 that are being identified.
Very emotional statements there made by Resorts World Manila authorities. I'm Pia Ontiveros. Stay tuned to CNN Philippines for the latest.